Hello. I'm trying to work this out. This is all new to me. This is all new to me. I'm doing a new thing, so you got to give me a few minutes here to figure out my new thing right now. Like, I'm very excited. Very excited right now. So, let me see. Let me see something. Okay. Hi y'all. Hi. Hi, I've got good news. I'm just trying to wait for folks to get on. I'm trying to do something new here. I'm just waiting for the folks to literally enter the chat. You know what I mean? So you just got to give me a few seconds to get my bearings, and then I will tell y'all what is going on right now. I will tell y'all what is going on. I am doing a thing. I'm doing a thing. Do y'all notice the new thing? Are we noticing the new thing? Yes. Hello. Hello, folks. How are you? Trying to figure out my technology right now. It's all very weird for me. Nope. That's not what I'm trying to do. Why am I not seeing it? What the freak? This is so annoying. Every time I think I got something, it be something new. Something else happening. Let me see something. I'm gonna try a thing. No, that's it. What is this? All right, well, let me get into it because whoever's here is whoever's here, and whoever's not is not. But, I can maybe do it on a repost or something. Anyways, hi. Hi, folks. Do we see this new thing? Do you see this? I'm very excited about this, y'all. I'm very excited about this. I have got my technology piece up. I know some of y'all have been asking me in in recent times to revive the podcast, or for newer folks hey, do you should do a podcast. And my lives, I started doing lives a long time ago. Unfortunately, I have suffered. I have suffered, honey. I have suffered under these algorithms, constantly changing and all that kind of stuff. And so I've been trying to get my stuff together, but um uh I am fighting against the algorithms. That's just where it's at with me right now. And so I am trying to build a thing. Um, I think it's even going to my channel right now. Uh, I think it's it. I don't think it's it. Maybe I see it. Sorry, y'all. Y'all get in the. Okay, let's see. Let's see. What is it gonna do? What are we doing? So y'all are here. Y'all are here. Um, like live and in the mud of it. Um, I don't know. According to Instagram, there's nobody there. This is crazy. Anyways, let me just talk into the void. Um, so folks have asked me to do a podcast. I've already been doing lives. And so 'cause let me move this over here. I got all kinds of cords and things. So finally, after um some some real um, strategizing and asking for help and really taking it seriously and feeling like the next piece of building out some of this, like, I feel so icky saying brand, but I suppose that's what it is. Building out this brand stuff around Mama Tiny's Kitchen, around the Black Feminist Project, and the projects that are the most visible, which right now are the Alice Fields Community Center for Black women, girls, and marginalized genders, which houses Cardamom in Time. I decided it was time to actually start taking that seriously and thinking about how I can basically bring those two things together. So I started learning about what streaming looks like. I have finally gotten this podcasting booth together, and now I'm like, guess what, bitches? Guess what? Let me be inclusive. Hold, um let me go ahead and add. Oh no. You can't I can't put it in. Mm, all right, I'll figure that out later. Anyways, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. This is it. Look around. I have built this. My friend Joe, y'all remember Joe, my alabaster gum drop? I'm gonna get a fancy neon sign. I got a grass wall. A former, I don't even want to call that hoe an employee. She was an op. Anyways, a former op called herself coming in here to help with this. And so the instruction was to create this whole grass wall that I would put art on, that I would put um a nice neon sign that said Mama Tanya behind me. But then she added like this fabric piece. And I would love to know what y'all think. I don't like this. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to extend the grass wall down. Why did I just see my reflection? So I'm in a real studio, y'all. This is a real studio. I'm in a real studio. Like I've created a podcasting studio. Y'all can come and use it. It's also like a streaming studio. Like I am on a computer. We have a mixer. Like y'all can come in here and use these things and we can talk about what equitable pricing looks like or some sort of bartering if you actually have no liquidity. So it's done. We're doing it. We're building it out. We're learning as we go along. Right now, after some fiddling, after like raising the funds that we really needed to like make sure that this shit popped off, we finally got it up and going. And I'm here. I'm doing this. How does the sound? You know what I mean? Turn me up on my microphone. How does the sound? Can y'all hear me all right? I'm very excited, y'all. I am very excited. I am just like, yeah, I want to know what y'all think. I want to get y'all involved. Um, it's going down. It's going down. I am already thinking about what guests I am going to have in this space. Um, and how we just are using this to just build out what we're already doing. I do not know why I do not see this live on Facebook. I am still trying to learn what this third party stuff looks like. And I am not, I see the little dot, right? Like, I suppose it's there, but I'm not actually seeing the live on Facebook. So here's one of the things that is a little bit difficult for me. Doing these lives, engagement is the name of the game. So I'm using a third party like streaming app. I'm on YouTube. Um, I'm streaming to YouTube. I'm streaming to Instagram. I'm streaming to Facebook. I don't even know why I bother with Facebook anymore because, baby, um, I nobody sees me there anymore. Um, anyways, I'm streaming across all of those platforms. The problem is I do not get to see the comments, which is really important to me because I want to engage with y'all. And so I don't get to see the comments because in the third party app, they do not import the comments. You basically have to toggle between all of the different apps to see whether or not you are going to see whether or not you're going to get comments. Instagram has a really large like delay. Um and like and in Facebook right now, I'm not even seeing it. Before I was like logged into, like, I don't know if I should be looking at it from like another, like if I should be like, last time I was when I did this last time, I was able to go to my Facebook page and I was able to see the live in another tab, and then I could see whatever comments were coming in from that live. Right now, that's not happening. So that's really bizarre, and I don't know what the workaround is. And then the same thing with YouTube. I don't know how to okay, it's saying that I'm live right now. And if I click on it, um, connect your encoder to go live. Well, I'm already live, but I cannot see the comments to that. I'm like, do I need to open up um like another app or whatever to it's weird. I gotta do some more research. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'm still working it all out. And so I'm trying to figure out what this looks like. But what I came to basically say to test this was like, look, y'all, we are here. We are doing it. I don't feel like I want to say we have arrived. I I don't even know what a destination is. So I'm not comfortable saying that we've arrived. But what I am saying is like, this is the next step. This is why this space right now is so important. We've built a whole podcasting studio, a whole streaming studio. This is another opportunity to give young people in our community, and maybe some of you old bitches too. You know what I mean? We are never too old to, you know what I mean, indulge in in bring new life. You know what I mean, to what we do. We can learn new skills. You know what I mean? We can appeal to our curiosity, you know. And so in any event, I am hold on. I can't do two things at one time. I need a manager to help me do these things. And what I feel like too is that, the algorithm is already a shady ass bitch. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. The algorithm is already very shady. And so I feel like, oh wait, hold on. What is it saying right here? No, that's not what I was looking for. Um, I feel like when you use third party apps, because all of these apps want you to stay contained in their platform, what happens is um, the algorithm is going to chew you up even more. The algorithm will chew you up even more. And I see people popping into the Instagram live. I would love if y'all could just stick around for a little bit, put some comments in there. Let me know that y'all see it, engage with me a little bit, give me some feedback. I'm fighting for my life out here. It's really frustrating to do this, almost to the point of tears, because my ADHD brain hates things that are not fair. I don't like things that are not fair. Um, and the way that the algorithms have been working for several years now is peak unfairness, right? Like, have um so many of us have um worked really hard to curate and organically grow our social media followings. And even if it's small, that still matters, right? Like, some of us intentionally want to have small footprints on social media. Some of us are only engaging with motherfuckers that we actually know in real life. But imagine that you have curated your little 300 people, and you want to get your lives and shit out to those 300 people, and you go live and nobody sees it because the algorithm has determined that you are not playing by the rules that they've set up that help to maximize how much money they make in ad revenue. And because also these apps are engaging intentionally in trying to change the behaviors, right? And in like psychological games to push people towards certain types of attitudes that will ultimately benefit their bottom line, right? It is no longer about the effort that you put in. It is no longer about how engaging your actual content is. Hey, Southern girl. Hey, thank you for saying something. Thank you. Cause I'm like, what is going on? Damn. I would love some feedback. Guess what, girl? We got a podcasting studio for real. Like, for real, for real. Like, I set it up. Like, I finally did it. Like, y'all are about to get podcasts from me. Y'all are like, the live streaming is up now. Um, there will be special guests. I mean, look at that. Do y'all see that? I got a logo right there. Do y'all see that over there? You see that? You see that? Yes. So I don't even know if this thing is going to Facebook. It says that I'm streaming to YouTube. I am gonna have to chat. Okay, so wait a second. On YouTube, okay, yay. I figured some shit out. Okay, so the chat on YouTube does show up on this third party app. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Amtrak's. How does the sound? I'm very proud of the work that we've done with the sound. Y'all, I have an official podcasting mic. And y'all know now, that's all you really fucking need. You don't need nothing else. All you got to do is just learn how to, like, all you got to do is go buy you one of these motherfuckers for $400. And then that's it. You a podcaster. No other credentials needed. So I am super excited about I'm super excited about um the sound that we've set up and being able to capture the sound from the streaming. And so then what Joe and I are going to do is that we're going to extract the sound, and then Joe, who is actually a sound professional and has worked on all types of like radio and podcasting uh projects, Joe is then going to on IG, I'm Tanya Denise Fields. That's my handle. I don't be doing none of that crazy shit. I'm 45 years old. My handle is my name, Tanya Denise Fields. So you should be able to find me. I'm the only one there. And thank you. The sound is fabulous. We love to hear it because that's what I was working on this sound, baby. Okay, and the lights in here are okay. I'm gonna get the neon sign. I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna like use whatever very rudimentary gaffing skills that I have, and I am going to um gaff some more favorable lighting. Not this stuff that's very yellow, some stuff that's warmer, that will like blur my pores. And we're going to be doing this. And so now there is really going to be sort of this outlet um that I can use to sort of really culminate, and I'm just going to have to build my um my audience from scratch again. And I'm going to concentrate on YouTube because I'm over Instagram. I'm over Facebook. Like the, the Meta Queens, y'all can have them. Y'all can have them. Y'all can have the Meta Queens. Um, yeah, I love it. Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you. I try to tell the truth. I might tell you a couple jokes, but I will never tell you a motherfucking lie. I promise you that. Hey Joe. Joe is on here. Super Nevada. That's my Alabaster gumdrop, my JoJo. JoJo helped me do this. And JoJo is gonna work with me on making sure that we can create a really nice product. I hate calling it a product because for me, I'm not trying to sell y'all anything, right? I'm really trying to use these platforms to think about how we disseminate information, how we spark generative conversation and dialogue, how we um how we perpetuate and um engage in joy and juiciness and deliciousness. Purr, big purr. And so I can't do it with the meta girlies. It's too much. And now that I know that on this third party app, I can see my comments directly from YouTube. The fuck am I fucking around with these other bitches for? Go where you are loved. Love who loves you, motherfucker. And Meta, she don't love them hoes. They be wanting you to fucking basically become NPCs. They want you to be sidestepping, shucking, jiving, doing all kinds of weird and wild shit. You know, they want you to gamify your life. Um, why won't IG let you comment, girl? Wait, I did some funny shit with my comments on Instagram. I didn't think that that translated to live. So the only way you can comment on my shit on my feeds on Instagram is that you have to be a friend. But I didn't think that that transferred. I didn't think that that also applied to live. So let me check it out. But tell me why. Tell me if it gave you a reason why you could not comment. But in any event, because I really ain't trying to open my comments back up to the general public, motherfuckers are extremely abusive. And people right now are being abused and they are going to the internet to they're going to the internet, child, to um to punch down. Um and like I said, Meta is engaging in all kinds of tactics. You got these rage bait farms. It is a documented fact that uh there are whole companies that pay people to get online to pretend to be other people to sow discord, right? This is the psychological stuff that I'm telling you about. And then people um and then people then have their attitudes and so on have shifted, and so now folks are um folks are coming to the folks are coming to the internet with that bad energy in them, right? Like this is the atmosphere that is being actively encouraged, right? Actively encouraged um on in these spaces. And so I'm just not enjoying it anymore. I really have to move into, I'm really looking to move into the YouTube space and see if I can cultivate an organic community there, because it is very difficult to try to build community on Instagram. Instagram wants you to act like a fucking monkey so that it can make ad dollars off of you. And not that YouTube is perfect. I'm not romanticizing YouTube. From what I understand, YouTube got their shit as well. And of course, they are a multi-billion-dollar company, and they are also trying to drive um, ad ad revenue. Um, but I think, all things considered, given the landscape, YouTube is going to be the best bet out of not many good bets to build a. Okay, just left IG and found you. Yes, yes. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on over here. So I can talk to y'all, so I can see y'all. See, it's already starting. What's for you won't miss you, honey. I believe in divine timing. And just really always believe you that motherfucking girl. Straight up. Straight like that. Just know you that girl. You want to be rich, you move through the world like you already rich. Also redefine what rich feels like, because we ain't talking just about money, right? Ask for what you need and want like it's already going to be given to you. Like the answer is an automatic yes. That's it. That's what I'm coming into 2026 with. No more this woe is me type shit. I'm doing like I am rich. I am rich. I will be rich beyond measure. And I'm not talking about just money. I am really that girl. I am a star. And so I will be a star. And I mean that in the most non arrogant way possible. Um, I mean a star in some ways that it's really about, is really about, shining brightly, showing up to my life shining brightly, and all of the things that I choose to do. I am a star. I'm gonna move through the world like a fucking star. hmm And what's for me is mine. It won't miss me. Even when I am moving through some shit and I hear a no, okay, that's a no right now. That no is not in totality. Just because you get a no right now doesn't mean you stop. It doesn't mean that you give up. I'm a galaxy. Yes, motherfucking Latrice. I'm a motherfucking galaxy. Okay? May we all be our own galaxies. And so just because you get a no in that moment, that's a no in that moment. It may require you going back and reworking things. Sometimes no is a redirection. Just because you got to know about something doesn't mean that the thing that's for you is not going to happen. Very early on in my life, I wanted to be a singer, songwriter, rapper, actress, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be in entertainment. And then life did something different. I had a baby at a time that I probably was not prepared to have a baby with a nigga who I definitely shouldn't have had a baby with. And girls, let me tell you, having the baby won't necessarily upend your life the way having a baby with the wrong nigga will. Let's keep it a buck. Many a woman has been derailed and or ruined for procreating with the wrong raggedy. So, then the journey, all of the things that I'm doing, all of the things that are happening. And here we are, 20 something years later, me at the tender, right, beautiful, gorgeous, fabulous, sexy age of 45. I find myself right back in the entertainment space. Tape beat Bobby Flay earlier this week. I've been taping Beat Bobby Flay now for 4 years, y'all. I mean, it's flown by, but 4 years. I'm a regular on that set. When I come on that set now, when they announce me, people be cheering for me. They know me. I'll do another taping of Beat Bobby Flay next week, Tuesday. I did A&E's Homemade Nation, and I was a talking head on that. I have been on TV countless times. I am now building my own entertainment shit because what's for me will not miss me. I've had many no's. There have been many, many no's. There have been many no's. But the no's did not mean that the thing that I was manifesting for myself, that the thing that I wanted for myself was not accessible to me. The no's were a redirection because the universe is divine and omnipotent. And if you trust it, it's going to bring you right to where the fuck you need to be. If you align yourself and with this planet, and that includes the environment of it, that means being a steward, that means being a caregiver, that means being compassionate, that means loving, that means being forgiving, that means being open, flexible, pliable, but also steadfast and rigid when it comes to your principles and your integrity. The universe is going to fucking conspire with you, baby. A no ain't ain't nothing but some shit that's temporary. A no ain't nothing but a motherfucking redirection. You can't tell me no for some shit that belong to me. You can't tell me no for some shit that's mine. And I mean that in all the ways. Let's get into it. Let's get a little salacious. Let's get a little personal. Let's get a little closer. Remember that? With arid extra dry. Let's talk about that. Almost 13 years ago, I met a human that I probably from the time that I laid eyes on them, Love them down, honey. It might have been somewhat superficial, but it definitely was love. Definitely was like I knew it was something that was special. I knew that that person was special, and I knew that person was divinely and specially placed in my path for a reason. There were all kinds of bumps and things in the road around communication, around getting together, around maintaining connection, and quite by happenstance. It was not at all planned. There was no strategy. There was no intention in terms of like I am actively seeking a thing. But 14 months ago, no, 13 months ago, there's 12 months in a year, so 13 months ago. 13 months ago, me and this person happened to reconnect in person. 12 years, niggas. 12 years. I love that human down. I am in love with that human. That human is stretching me in ways. That human is stretching me in ways, baby. I'm getting scratched, honey. That human is scratching me all the way, honey. Left, right, up, down. There's lots of scratching going on with that human. However, I mean it both literally and figuratively. I am being invited to grow in some ways in that relationship. That I thought I had grown, and this relationship is showing me like, oh no, we need to flex that muscle a little bit more, bitch. I am reflecting that back to them. They are actively stretching and growing in ways that they had already committed themselves to doing. And so we are a mirror. We met each other damn near like just coming into adulthood, early 30s. And then the divine timing said, y'all not ready for each other. Y'all not ready for each other at all. I try to think about 34-year-old Tanya with 32-year-old them. And baby, we was not ready for each other at all. The foundation was not there. It was a no in that moment. It was a no. I remember the really defining no for me in that moment before I had this mindset. The no for me that I was like, oh, this is a done deal. This is a dub. This is not happening. Um, was we had shared this really beautiful kiss back in 2017. So, we talking about like 8 years ago. And then after that, the frequency of our communication like picked up. And I'm like, oh great, this is happening. This is happening. I've known this person. At that point, I had known the person for like 4 years or whatever. And I'm like, yes, all right, here we go. We're cooking with gas now, you know? And I had been making plans to go see this person where they lived at because they didn't live in New York. And now on my end, I've confirmed, I've checked in. I'm like, listen, like, I'm coming. I just want to make sure this date is good with you. They like, yeah, this date is good. It's gonna be great. Whatever, whatever. So boom, we cool. Couple days before the trip, several weeks later, I'm like, hey, so I'm excited to see you. Let's talk about what that looks like. And they were like, oh, I'm in Brooklyn, but I'm in the Midwest right now. I'm in the Midwest. And I thought the last leg of my trip was going to be spending 36 hours with you. And you forgot? That's what I experienced. That's my reality, right? Now, you talk to them, and we have hashed this through. They have a very different remembering of that situation. However, when that happened, the story that I told myself was this person don't fuck with me. This person don't fuck with me. This was not what I thought it was going to be. Um, and so I'm going to fall back. And I do that thing that women do, right? Where we have been cultured to like not necessarily always address a thing. I mean, times are changing. Remember, this was 8, 9 years ago. Shit in the landscape has changed. Now bitches is pop, pop, pop. But back then, it was like fall back, let a nigga miss you. And if he don't come chasing after you, then you ain't important. So I fell back in the communication. First of all, when it happened, instead of me addressing it and saying, I am feeling some sort of way that you forgot or that we had a miscommunication, I'm experiencing this thing in this way, and my feelings are hurt, I pretended that it was fine. I do remember that. I decided I was going to play it cool. I said, oh, that's okay. No worries. Maybe I'll catch you next time. I got off the phone and I cried. Like, anybody that knows me knows that me crying, tears are always accessible to me. And I'm not saying that my tears don't mean anything. I'm just saying that I have a cry for many different emotions, right? I'm not a person for whom tears comes to like it's not difficult for me to cry. Um and I don't feel no type of way about crying. And so I got off the phone and I cried. And I was sad. I was legitimately sad because like from the time that I knew this person, I was like this person is special and I want this person to be my special person. And I was in a space in my life where I did not feel good about myself. For those of y'all who may not have known of me for a while, um 6 years ago, I was 300 pounds. So when I met this human, I was a 275 to 300 pound human in that time. The highest I got up to was 317 pounds. That was my highest. But back in 2017, I had just had Chase 2 years before. So yeah, I was about 317 pounds around that time. Yeah. Between 2017 and 2019, I was anywhere between 301 pounds and 320 pounds. Yep. So 2017, I was over 300 pounds, and I'm dark skinned, and I got a big old West African nose, and these juicy lips. But for anybody who is of my age, for my 80s babies and my 90s babies, you know that growing up with these features was not a, there was not a lot of positive messaging about us, and it was very, very normal. It was very normal for people to say that people who look like me were ugly. And I did not have a lot of things that were lifting me up that were countering that. And now, 2017, 2007, 1997, 1987, 1967, being fat has always been looked at as a deficit. That has not changed. We may have some more inclusive language. We may be more empowered to assert a different perspective, but the reality is that it is still very normal to malign, subjugate, and impugn the character of fat people. So I had both those things going. And so at that time in my life, I did not feel good about myself. And so feeling good about myself made me feel like I did not feel empowered. And in many ways, I felt like, of course, this person would curve me. Because why would this brilliant, special human be checking for me? So I tried to play it cool. I didn't want to come off too needy. I didn't want to come off too strong. So I'm like, okay, let me pretend that it's okay. And then let me fall back and see if he gonna run behind me to ask me what's wrong. Well, womp womp. They did not. And so after a few weeks of them not being like, hey, I haven't really heard from you, what's going on? I was like, my dude um my dude is preoccupied. He's not checking for me. So I need to, you know, lick my wounds, whole as L, and keep it pushing. Um, and that was that for a while. We stayed in contact. I didn't get crazy. I didn't like block them or anything like that. Every once in a while, they would jump in my text messages to check on me, see how I was. I would keep it cute. I would keep it cordial, and I would keep it superficial. Just hoping and praying at some point they would notice. Meanwhile, this person is living a whole life that I don't know anything about in any real or intimate way. When we did finally hash it out many years later, like they grandmama died, they were going through depression, there was all kinds of shit happening for them that I had no idea about. I did not inquire about. I was in my story, right? I'm the main character. And any other supporting characters should be chasing behind me to figure out what's going on with me. I had not built a praxis around reciprocity, mutuality, in curiosity, any of that. So, anyways, this sort of distant relation and connection persists. And then, end of 2024, they hit me up like, hey, I have emerged. I have done a thing. I want you specifically to come to this thing, and I have not seen you in a long time, and I would like to lay eyes on you. And I'm still feeling whatever I'm feeling in my body about the previous 7 years from 7 years ago, but also like not so much that I didn't want to like lay eyes on this human. So I go, and later in that evening, I finally was like, hey, I want to be honest with you about a thing. I feel very hurt by this thing that happened. And they had had a very different experience of what had happened. And I know this person well enough to know, like, this was not a nigga playing in my face. They just had a different experience. But we've been kicking it since then, 13 months later. And I am like, wow. I am like, there is a life that I am now living with this person in it. So I say all that. I take the very long way around saying, what is for you will not miss you. No's can be temporary. And the no's that are permanent are probably blessings that were pivoting you towards what is really for you. What does not change is your persistence. What does not change is your diligence. What does not change is your commitment to yourself. I am sitting in this space right now is a testament to what it means to understand that the no is temporary. This is a whole podcasting studio, a whole streaming studio. I built this shit, me. The bitch with 6 kids that everybody told me was not gonna do shit with her life. Cause not only did I pick the wrong nigga, I picked the wrong niggas. Plural. Niggas. More than one. Chronically. People told me that I was not going to be able to be a chef, that I would not be able to get on television, that I would not be able to open up a brick and mortar space. Everybody had all kinds of designs and intentions for my life. However bad I felt about myself, there was something in me internally that was like, I am just not willing to accept the story that y'all trying to tell me about me. There was something in my womb, in my guts, what do you want to call it? Intuition, spirit, whatever it was, that was like, bitch, we just got to keep kicking this can down the road. Put on your steel toe shoes and let's get to booking. And it took me a decade. And even now, shit is shit is a little crazy. You know, they trying to put us out. They trying to put us out. They trying to put us out. But we about to do this right here. We're going to do that right there, next Saturday. Because what is for you will not miss you. No's are temporary. Falling down, you might scuff your knees, but you could get back up. 2025 was a bad year. It was a year of a lot of no's. It was a year where y'all raggedy motherfucking president, because that's not my motherfucking president. I don't know about y'all, but that motherfucker don't belong to me. That raggedy ass president and his whole ass administration, they tried to kill us. They trying to kill us. They are actively trying to kill us. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? They're actively trying to kill us. Like, bitch, if you don't know, you need to know. They're actively trying to fucking kill us. And so what they did was use the position of the presidency while actively trying to like undo checks and balances. You know, we got like the three branches of government for a reason, right? This was the social experiment called America. We had not seen this done any other way. Our slave owning, racist ass, sexist ass founding fathers had this idea. You know, we ain't got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They had this idea, and it was an experiment, y'all. The United States of America is an experiment. If you don't know, get into it. I'm a history girly. You're not going to argue with me about this. While y'all be out here on book talk reading all the nonfiction shit, reading all the fiction shit. I be out here reading nonfiction. I like historical texts as a pastime. And because my lens is American, allegedly, of course, I have I have ingested, I have dissected, I have ruminated over the history of this country, particularly black people's space in the history of this country. But what is unique about the setup of this country in terms of the way our government is structured, right, is this three branches of government that's supposed to act as checks and balances so that no one person can take us off the rails. Well, these bitches said, hold my beer, we're going to try. And so in as soon as January got here, all of these executive orders are not binding, they're not necessarily legal, but what was really interesting was that all of these funders and different folks who were all Black Lives Matter, power to the people, believe black women, they capitulated so quick it made my head spin. I could not believe it. And suddenly the grant that we had secured that covered the year's worth of rent was gone. Okay, boom. Let's pivot and use another pot of money. Another $75,000 gone. I look up and we got over $100,000 missing from the budget. I'm running an organization that really only got a $350,000, $400,000 budget. If you are a business girly, you know that's no motherfucking money. But also, sidebar, because we talking about what's for you and keeping at it. When I started this organization, with a food stamp card and a small grant from Citizens Committee of $2,000. And in 12 years, I grew that shit. Me. Our biggest budget in 2020 was $600,000. I went from running community meetings on my food stamp card and $2,000 to 12 years later having a budget of $600,000 and having a small staff of 7 people. Because I did not accept that no's were permanent. And so now here we are in 2025. I start out the year thinking that I got a $420,000 budget. And before we even hit the middle of the year, I done seen almost a third of my budget disappear. I'm being conservative with $100,000. If I went and ran the numbers, I'm pretty sure it's more than that. I got to support my staff. some of which ultimately I ended up having to just let go of. I have to support myself. I am a mother with 6 children. My life is not inexpensive. Bare minimum, bare minimum. It is not cheap. I have a car that I have to maintain for my organization to get all my kids around to maintain a certain quality of life for myself and for my children. And now all of a sudden I got a brick and mortar place that I gotta pay on. I got two brick and mortar places I gotta pay on. Because I also have a community apartment that we use to put people up in and that we use for the purposes of mutual aid for folks who need a safe place for a couple days. I do not sublease that apartment. That apartment generates no revenue for me personally. None. Zero. Zip. Zilch. It is. Like there was no way for us to pay this rent. There's no way for us to pay this rent. I had to do all the other things and pray on it. And then so finally, manifestation became a real thing for me, seeing you grow and watching the org grow over the years. And that's the truth. Naomi, my boo, my little sister, I love you so much. That's my boo right there. Nene is my boo. That bitch been in the mud with me. She know, right? Right, Nay? Right? How many times I don't went to the store with the food stamp card, got us a sandwich, we split the sandwich. She get a parking ticket, coming to the farm to help me at the farm being the farmer. I gotta scrounge up the money to try to pay her parking ticket. She and I cried many a day. We done been through some shit together. We got stories. Nay is who I point to when I want to do the reverse version of being like, I got white friends. You know how black people, you know how when white people get accused of being racist, they be like, I got black friends. Some of my closest friends are black. That's Nene. When people be like, why is it the Black Feminist Project? What if I had a white feminist project? Bitch, the whole world is the white feminist project. What the fuck are you talking about? Have at it. Feminism by default is white feminism. That's why I got to say black feminist, right? However, she's who I point to when I be like, yo, the Black Feminist Project don't mean this is only for black women, you troglodyte. The Black Feminist Project means that we understand that when you uplift black women, everybody else comes with us. And so when I say I'm running the Black Feminist Project, I am not excluding. Inclusion is not like, you know what I mean? Like, inclusiveness does not mean like centering black women is not exclusion. When I say that I'm running the Black Feminist Project, what I am saying is that I am centering, I am prioritizing the needs of black women, femmes, non men, and the babies they got to care for. Because it's very important for us, for y'all to understand that this organization is about creating something better for our children. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is about creating a world that we want to hand over to our kids. I'm always going to be about the kids. Wu Tang loves the kids, and so does Mama Tanya. So when people start kicking that, oh, this black feminist, y'all are reverse racist. No, I'm not. I'm centering black women. I'm centering black femmes. I'm centering black gender non-conforming people. I am centering black children. And as long as you understand that the centering of those folks is a benefit to you, you can come up in here. I can show y'all a million pictures of white women in this space. I can show you pictures of white children in this space. But I don't need to go out there and do that to try to placate and make white people feel comfortable. I don't give a fuck about that. I really don't. But I hired Nay all them years ago, 10 years ago. And for over a year, she ran that farm. And she ran that farm understanding that she was there in service to black women and their children. And wherever there was a gap, wherever there might have been a misunderstanding, wherever there was some confusion, because she was dedicated to the mission of being in service to black people, then I was going to do the work of making sure that those gaps were a little smaller, that the conversations were tender, and that she and I stood in sisterhood to each other. And that's my bitch. You can't tell me nothing about homegirl. She still come through and bring my little nephew. Girl went and had a baby. I can't believe it. My baby had a baby. Damn. A bitch is not, I'm not getting old. I'm getting better. But whew, the time that's elapsing while I'm getting better, it's a little mind boggling. I love you too, boo. I do love you. And hell yeah on fuck white tears. That's what I'm talking about. So here we are. 2025 has elapsed. We've lost the budget that's going to pay for the year's worth of rent. We have got to get back on track because we're not losing this space. I'm saying that as an affirmative. We're not losing this space. Now, these algorithms be eating me up, so I need y'all to help a bitch. I need y'all to help a bitch. I need y'all to donate. I need y'all to come to the rent party. I need y'all to tell y'all friends to either come to the rent party or donate. I need for y'all to help me organically spread the word. In 8 days, this is going down. And we are doing the rent party. Like, first of all, if y'all don't know what a rent party is, y'all have missed the time, honey. Because us 80s and 90s babies, us 70s babies, we know what a motherfucking rent party is, okay? Now, rent parties started in the 20s and the 30s. They were like the most popular. Now, what happened in the 20s and the 30s? The motherfucking Great Depression. Let me blow myself back up here. Boom. Hey, how y'all doing? Don't y'all like that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at me. I got scenes. I got logos. I got lower third. I can toggle. I am really bringing y'all professional streaming girly right now. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. Anyways, so rent parties, 20s and the 30s. What was happening in the 20s and the 30s? The Great Motherfucking Depression. And while everybody in America was feeling the Great Motherfucking Depression, you know, black people were feeling it the worst. Interestingly enough, concurrently, don't y'all love my motherfucking, don't y'all love my my vocabulary? Concurrently, the Harlem Renaissance was happening as well. Now, the Harlem Renaissance, of course, happened in Harlem, but what it also did was spark a national, I would even say global movement of innovation amongst people of the African diaspora. But to keep it local, motherfuckers in America, black folks in America saw, I mean, that's what a renaissance is. Black folks in America saw this output, this amazing, timeless, classic output that really helped to stretch the culture, what we now call the culture. But the culture got to be funded, baby. So what did black people do? Black people do what they always motherfucking do. We came up with some shit. Cause niggas will make a way. Niggas will make a way. So niggas said we out here doing art, We out here dancing, niggas is Lindy hopping and all that shit. Niggas is playing instruments, niggas is writing poetry, niggas is taking photographs. Niggas said, let's bring all of that shit to somebody's house. Like, a nigga said, I can't pay my rent, so I'm gonna get my homeboys. This motherfucker play trumpet, that motherfucker over there play bass. We gonna get together. We gonna charge motherfuckers. People would take out little ads in the paper or put little slips and pass it around. And people from the neighborhood could literally roll up in your house. They may not even know you. Motherfuckers is turning their homes into little speakeasies, basically. And Charlene is in the kitchen making fried chicken sandwiches. And Deborah done made potato salad. And Uncle Leroy done got the band together. And motherfuckers get in this apartment and they pay little 5 cents or 10 cents or a dollar or whatever the I don't know, I don't know what deflation looked like back then, but I see some of these ads and it be like 5 cent drinks. I'm like, what? What I would do some things if bars were selling 5 cent drinks. The fuck? And people would get together and they would have a great time. They could hear a live band, they can get good food. And at the end of that night, Charlene done got half her rent up. If she threw a really good party, she got all of the rent up. And that is what mutual aid looked like for us. Because maybe she slid something to the band, but maybe the band is actually like, I'm gonna just come through and do this because don't nobody want to see you and your kids out on the street. I'm not doing nothing on a Friday night. This is a good time. And I can tell motherfuckers to come down to the Lennox Lounge or the Cotton Club or whatever it was. I don't think in the 20s they was letting us perform in the Cotton Club or some shit. That's crazy. We could perform in the Cotton Club. We actually couldn't go to the Cotton Club. But whatever them niggas was playing at, now they actually got to be in your house doing promotions so that when folks want to get turned, they can come see them at the local juke joint. In the 70s and the 80s, when heroin and crack was tearing up our community by design, by design, when many of our major metropolitan centers were buckling under divestment and neglect, when shit started being called inner cities, we saw a resurgence of rent parties. People started coming back to the rent party. My mama and them had a few rent parties. We were standing in we standing in the doorway trying to hear what they cussing about. Why Uncle James fighting with Uncle Daryl about Farrakhan. Like, yo, it would be active in there. Whole house smelled like fish. Mama frying fish. People come through. Everybody throw a little money in the pot. They may not have been a live band, but like, you know, my daddy playing vinyls. My daddy had a great vinyl collection. My mother took it in a divorce. We still talk about that shit. My daddy be playing because he wanted to be a jazz musician. So my daddy playing all his vinyls. And we got about 40 people in our house. Now, my parents was not letting nobody ain't know up in their house. These was friends and family, whatever. But niggas got together like, we gonna go to Pete and Jackie house. And they knew they was gonna spend a couple dollars so that Pete and Jackie could get the rent up with them 3 kids. This is in the 80s. I remember this 88, 89, something like that. So we're going to do that. We're going to have an old school rent party. Y'all going to play dominoes. Y'all going to play pitty pat. Y'all going to play spades. We're going to bring out the board games. There's going to be karaoke. There's going to be a live set. Fuck is you talking about? There will be fried chicken sandwiches. There will be drink. Now, this is not the 20s and the 30s. There will be no 5-cent drinks. Y'all not just gonna come up in here and sit around. There will be ticket sales for this because it is a fundraiser. We tweaking this a little bit. And there are tiers. You pay your ticket, you do give your donation, you guarantee to plate of food, you guarantee to drink. You want more drinks, you keep buying those throughout the day. I make the best sangria this side of the motherfucking East River. I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill and I'll kill a couple niggas with me on that hill. Fuck is you talk about? Nobody makes sangria better than me. I'm gonna say that with my whole chest. And you could ask any of my friends. It's the truth. It is. Everybody be like, yo, this is the best sangria I ever tasted. Yes, nigga, it is. So, starting next week, if you want to buy your sangria, like a jar of it ahead of time, you can do that too. And you'll have some ice cold sangria sitting here waiting for you. We got to get $50,000 up, and we got to do it ASAPly. So I need y'all to help me because look at the space that I created by not accepting no as permanent. There was a young sister that came in here today that went into the boutique because we have a boutique, y'all. The Fannie Lou Hamer Freedom Boutique. The Fannie Lou Hamer Freedom Boutique. You can go get drawers, you can get towels, you can get washcloths, you can get pillowcases, you can get comforters, you can get dress clothes, you can get club clothes. I mean, we have thousands of dollars worth of shit back there, and you can come and get it for free. And people in this community be beating me down to get back there. Every Saturday from 12 to 4, I feed the people them using eggs from the farm that I am the fucking farmer at with the support of my 80-year-old white Puerto Rican neighbor named Iris. My chicken bitches got great output. I got 200 eggs sitting up there in the cafe right now. I'm going to turn them shits into the best cheesy eggs you ever did eat. I'm going to make a fresh loaf of baked bread in the morning. I'm going to feed these people eggs and toast. I'm going to make a pasta dish. We're going to read Dr. Monique Covson book called Charisma's Turn. It's a graphic novel. Dr. Monique Covson is the Black executive director of Grant Makers for Girls of Color. She wrote the New York Times best-selling book, Push Out. And people are going to come here tomorrow, and I'm going to give them free copies of Charisma's Turn, while I also let them have plates of eggs and toast. The doors closed, that's no longer available. We no longer give people the opportunity to take advantage of a safety net that they very much need, and a safety net that comes with integrity. Not going down to the welfare office to be treated like shit by somebody else, by somebody who probably was on welfare not too long ago. Like, I gotta work around this algorithm, child. I really, really do. But part of that is helping to get organic reach from y'all. I am so excited. There's 5 on my YouTube live right now. Like, what the fuck? That's another sign to me that Meta, y'all gonna have to eat that. If you are one of the, I don't know, two people on my Instagram right now, if this is actually going to Facebook, because I don't know that it is, y'all need to go find me on YouTube, The Hood Homesteader, because that is where I'm starting to make my home. And that is where I'm going to build my community. Because I'm about building community. I'm a community builder. I'm a bucket filler. I take a lot of pride in that. And we should be using technology as a way to push humanity forward, to develop ourselves as human beings, not to be turned into fucking consumers for empire. The same empire that's out here kidnapping people, the same empire that has been killing babies in the streets. Anyways, child, it's 11:34. I need to go home to my children. I just wanted y'all to see that I did a thing. I did a thing, and I want y'all to come help me with the thing. The rent party. Y'all can find the link in the bio on IG. You can go to the website, theblackfeministproject.org. It's not hard. It's not hard. You can go to Eventbrite and search the rent party. Get a ticket. Don't live here, okay? Buy a ticket for somebody else or donate. Ask your people them to do the same. A lot of y'all jump in my inbox and talk about how much I inspire y'all. Y'all talk about the ways in which my willingness to share my story has been a balm or salve or fed y'all. Well, baby, we live in capitalism. As much as I hate that, we do. It is very extractive to consistently tell me about all of the ways in which my presence has contributed to your life positively. And then leave me hanging when I come to y'all like, but yo, the only way I can continue to do that is if these things are funded and supported. I need y'all to tell the people in y'all lives with the same type of enthusiasm, the type of impact that I've had, and ask them 5, 10, 15, $20. Those things make a difference when all of us come together, right? This just five fingers. This just five individual fingers. They don't do too much. When I close them and put them together, now I got a fist. That's really fucking powerful. My five fingers together do a lot more. My five fingers together pack so much more power than when I try to use my fingers individually. I could do like that. I could do that. I could do that. But when I bring these together and I tap that, I could put a hole in this. There's so much more power when we together. So those little bits, they mean a lot when we're doing it together. $50,000 from community together is very, very attainable. So let me take my ass on up the road at 11:36 at night. I've been in this motherfucker all day. We don't put the finishing touches on this. I don't talk to a young girl from the community who wants to come in. I can tell she's been through some things and she's probably still doing some things. She disclosed that she's been sex trafficked. She said prostitution. I invited her to think about maybe calling it something different, like sex trafficking. Um, because that's what happened to her. And she wants to come in and use this space to do some workshops with young people about that. She don't know nothing about us, but she saw that awning. She saw my grandmother on that awning. She came to an event months ago. She said, I've been waiting for y'all to open back up. Because remember, we had a power disruptions. We closed for 4 months, which only made this rent shit even worse. She said, I've been waiting for y'all to open back up. She said, I know I've been here before, but miss, I'm real serious. I want to do something with y'all. She wants her life to be a testimony. I owe that to this community. We all owe it to our communities. There's a lot of rhetoric around what Black people should be doing in terms of community, but I sometimes be real disappointed because it don't be feeling like we got a real praxis around it. A lot of times it feels like it begins and it ends with the rhetoric. So, also it's 11:38 and the gate is up and the lights are on and I be a little nervous as a woman coming up out of here, by myself late at night. So I'm about to, I got to close up by myself, so I got to be real careful when I do so cuz it be desolate over here this time of night. In any event, I did a thing, y'all. We did a thing, y'all. We did a thing. Like we really built this bitch out. We got a podcast stream studio. I built a motherfucking kitchen from scratch. Me, my brainchild. I did. We have this beautiful community. The first thing everybody does when they come in, I was so busy. I know. Because motherfucking Joy Sanchez, notorious RBJ, she helped me do this because she believed in it. Because she believes in me. Because I believe in her. We got this place together. She brought her gifts as a curator and an artist and took all of these wonderful materials that we had and put them together in a way when she created a story, a narrative, a visual representation of what our love, reverence, and homage to Black women and their families look like. Baby, we got to keep this place open. It has to happen. So please consider donating. Buy a ticket to the rent party. Buy a few tickets to the rent party. It's on Valentine's Day. It's a great time to show love. If you ain't got no plans, you don't know what to do, this is a great plan. If you want to be in community with people, if Valentine's Day feels hard for you for whatever reason, baby, come on over here and two-step with us. We about to bring the fans out. We're going to clack the fans, bitch. In any event, buettes and boos, saints and sinners, thank you for coming to my pilot episode of Mama Tanya's in the Kitchen. Let her cook. I got, I got, I mic. I got lighting. I built a podcast studio. Yes. No's are only temporary. Bad times do not last forever. Until next time, buettes and boo, saints and sinners, I love you. Is the flyer up anywhere? Yes. The flyer is on the IG. There is a flyer on the IG. If you go to the bio, all of the information, the link tree is there and has the Eventbrite link and all of that good stuff. If you want to DM me on IG, I will send it to you personally. I will just send you the file so you have it in your phone. Thank you. Thank you for sticking in there with me on this 1 hour podcast, stream, whatever you want to call it. Still got to get the terminology right. Try to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. I said it was going to be quick. And an hour and 20 minutes later, here we are. I don't know if this went to Facebook. I guess I'll go and see later. Um, but please spread this around like mayo. um, I love y'all. And until next time, ciao.